Class 12th. Today we will discuss about alternating current AC. So first and important point is the mean value of AC. Mean, as you know, alternating current is in forward bias for half cycle and in reverse bias for next half cycle. It means for 0 to pi it is forward, so between pi to 2 pi it is in reverse bias. So average value of AC for complete cycle is 0. So we have to prove it, है ना. So since I is equal to I0 sin omega t, it is the form of alternating current. So average value of AC for complete cycle is equal to total current flown from 0 to capital T. Capital T is the time period, 0 to capital T time upon total time taken. Correct na? So see here, I average is equal to, we will integrate it from t is equal to 0 to capital T, I upon t capital T dt. Means we will integrate it with respect to time. So put the value of I here, I0 sin omega t upon capital T dt. Here I0 is the peak value of AC which is constant. Capital T is itself its time period which is constant, to take it out. And when we integrate sin omega t, then it become minus cos omega t by omega and limit from 0 to capital T. When we integrate it, and finally we will get minus I0 upon 2 pi cos 2 pi minus 1, and cos 2 pi cos 360 is itself 1. So it is minus I0 upon 2 pi 1 minus 1, it become 0. Similarly for half cycle means from 0 to t by 2. Here suppose for complete cycle time period is t, so for half cycle it will be t by 2. So we will take the limit from time t is equal to 0 to capital T by 2. Clear? I dt and total time here t by 2. And if we integrate this, then it becomes 2I0 minus cos omega t upon omega, and limit varying from 0 to capital T by 2, because in this time we are taking the average value of AC for half cycle. Clear? So finally you will get minus I0 upon pi cos pi minus 1, and cos pi cos 1 it is minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 become minus 2 into minus I0, it is 2I0 upon pi. If you put the value of pi here 3.14, become 0.63 times of I0. It means average value of AC for half cycle, it is 63%, nearly 63% of peak value of AC. Now second important point regarding AC, root mean square value. It is also called RMS value or virtual value or effective value of AC. Actually this value of AC we get for our electrical appliances. So since by Joule's heating effect we know that the produced heat is directly proportional to square of current. Correct? And for half cycle it is in forward bias, and for rest half cycle it is in reverse bias. But square of forward or reverse current, it is always positive, and that's why AC shows heating effect only, not chemical effect or magnetic effect. Correct? Because for chemical and magnetic effect, what happens, its polarity gets changed 100 times in a second. If the frequency of AC is 50 in India, so it can change its polarity 100 times in a second. So we can't perform chemical effect and magnetic effect, but we can perform, we can see the heating effect of current, because the square of current AC is always positive. So that's why AC shows only heating effect. So square root of the mean of the square of AC called root mean square value. This is the mathematical definition of RMS value. Since AT at any instant of time, as you know, I is equal to I0 sin omega t, this is the main form of AC. So I RMS square is equal to t is equal to 0 to t. We are calculating here for complete cycle I0 square dt upon capital T. Put the value of I here, become I0 square sin square omega t dt. Correct? So I0 is here constant, to take it out, I0 square upon capital T, integrate from 0 to t sin square omega t. Instead of sin square omega t, we can write 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Clear? Now integrate it by distributive property. So I0 square by 2t, integration from 0 to t dt, minus integration from 0 to t cos 2 omega t dt. And when you integrate it, finally you will get I0 square upon 2t capital T minus 1 upon 2 omega sin 4 pi, it become 4 pi, and sin 4 pi itself 0, and if it is 0 it become I0 square upon 2t into capital T. When we simplify it, when you simplify it I0 square upon 2t, you will get I RMS square is equal to I0 square by 2. Take its square root, to I RMS is equal to I0 by root 2, means RMS value of AC is 1 upon root 2 times of peak value of AC. Clear? Similarly, for EMF also we can perform it. E RMS square is equal to 0 to t, E0 square upon capital T dt, and is the EMF, and which is E0 sin omega t. And when you simplify it, so also you will get E RMS is equal to E0 by root 2 as in AC, because their general form were for current I0 sin omega t and for EMF E0 sin omega t. So result will remain same. Correct now? So it is RMS value, average value of AC. Clear? Now let's see what are the relation between RMS value of AC and average value of AC for half cycle. Average value of AC for half cycle we have seen earlier, 2I0 upon pi, and RMS value of AC is I0 by root 2, and if we take the ratio, so finally we will get I RMS is equal to 1.11 times of average value of AC for half cycle. This is the relation between RMS value and average value of AC for half cycle. Correct? Now one more technical term here, impedance. Actually, impedance is the resultant resistance of a circuit if circuit containing a resistance, a coil and a capacitor, or any two among these three, the resultant resistance of the circuit is called impedance. It is denoted by Z and its unit is also ohm. And reactance among LCR, if anyone is connected in circuit, then their resistance is said to be reactance, and normally it is denoted by X. Suppose if only R is connected, we will represent it by XR. Only C is connected in circuit, represented by XC. If a coil is connected in circuit, then it is represented by XL and its unit is also ohm. Clear now? One is phasor diagram. Phasor diagram is actually it is the diagram that represents the alternating current and EMF of the same frequency as rotating vector along with the phase angle between them. Or you can say the phasor diagram is the pictorial representation of current and EMF, the angle between current and EMF, which one is leading or which one is lagging. So phasor diagram represents the angle between current and EMF. Correct now? So let's see what is the power loss in AC circuit. See here, let at any instant of time t, alternating current I is equal to I0 sin omega t. We have seen it. And EMF, suppose E0 sin omega t plus phi. Actually this phi is the phase difference between I and D. Phase difference means current difference between I and D. It means E is ahead phi degree with current. Correct? And as you know, power is equal to VI. We have learned it. Power is equal to VI. Instead of VI, we will write here EI, because here EMF is represented by small e. So P average is equal to EI, become E0 sin omega t plus phi, I0 sin omega t plus phi. Here use sin A plus B. So it can be written as E0 I0 sin omega t plus phi. So sin A plus B becomes sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Just simplify it. So finally, instead of sin square omega t, we can write 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Correct now? So average power loss become E0 I0 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 cos phi, plus here instead of sin omega t cos omega t sin phi, we multiplied by 2 and divided by 2, become 2 sin A cos B. So become sin 2 theta, sin 2 omega t, sin 2 omega t upon 2 sin omega t. Correct now? But for complete cycle, means for 360 degree, cos 2 omega t and sin 2 omega t both are 0. And if both are 0, so it becomes P average is equal to E0 I0 1 by 2 cos phi, and this term becomes 0. So it is half E0 I0 by E0 I0 cos phi. This is the general form of average power loss. But as we have seen a relation between ERMS and IRMS. ERMS it was E0 by root 2, IRMS by I0 by root 2. So this 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. Finally E0 by root 2 become ERMS, I0 by root 2 become IRMS cos phi. So this is another general form of average power loss. Correct now? So see here, use Ohm's law. ERMS is equal to IRMS into Z. Z is impedance, V is equal to IR. So IRM instead of ERMS write down IRMS Z. So IRMS into Z cos phi become IRMS square Z cos phi. So these are the different form of average power loss in terms of peak value, in terms of RMS value, and in terms of resistance impedance. Correct now? So these are the different form of power loss. Correct? Now different types of circuit. When circuit containing only ohmic resistance. Correct now? So resistance of this circuit is called reactance. Remember it. So suppose here we have a resistor of resistance R connected in series with an AC source, and suppose EMF of this source is E0 sin omega t, and this source provide current I. Correct now? So I is equal to use Ohm's law, E by R, E0 by R sin omega t. Peak EMF by resistance, that is current, I is equal to I0 sin omega t. It is EMF, it is current. So peak current become I0 is equal to E0 by R. So this is the peak current which is flown through circuit, maximum current. Correct now? So what is the resistance now? Resistance is denoted by XR here. It is reactance. Peak EMF by peak current. So XR become E0 by I0. This is a reactance. Now phase difference. See here, equation first and second. After sin omega t nothing is written here, and after sin omega t also nothing is written here. It means EMF and current both are in same phase. Both are in same phase means there is no any phase difference between E and I. So phi is equal to 0. Phase difference between E and I for R circuit is 0. Clear? Similarly, power factor. Power factor is called cos phi because in power factor expression you have seen P average is equal to ERMS IRMS cos phi. So cos phi is supposed to be power factor of R circuit. Cos phi, and we have seen phase difference for R circuit is 0. So cos phi is equal to 1. So power factor is 1. So what is the power loss for R circuit? Since as we know ERMS IRMS cos phi, and here cos phi is equal to 1. Put here 1 to become P average is equal to ERMS IM. This is the first form of power loss for R circuit. Instead of ERMS, we can write E0 by root 2. Instead of IRMS, we can write I0 by root 2. Put it here, so you will get half E0 I0. Second form of average power loss. Use Ohm's law, E0 is equal to I0 XR is equal to IR. So it become half I0 square XR. So this is the third form of average power loss for R circuit. And phasor diagram, since there is no any phase difference between E and I, we have seen. So E and I both are represented by same phasor diagram. Both are directed along OA because angle between E and I is 0 here. Correct? Similarly, suppose C circuit. C circuit means if circuit containing only C, capacitance. Suppose we have a capacitor of capacitance C connected across an AC source of EMF again E0 sin omega t. Clear? So as you know, if capacitance C, so C is equal to Q upon E. So charge that provided by the source, Q is equal to CE. So C and E is equal to E0 sin omega. It becomes CE0 sin omega t. Correct now? And thus what is the amount of current? So current is the rate of flow of charge with respect to time, dq by dt. Put the value of Q here, d by dt of CE0 sin omega t. So I is equal to CE0 d by dt of sin omega t. That is CE0 omega, differentiation of sin omega t, it is cos omega t, becomes CE0 omega sin, one thing see here. Change the form of I in terms of cos omega t, change it into in form of sin omega t. Instead of cos omega t, we can write sin omega t plus 90, sin omega t plus pi by 2. Okay? To become I is equal to I0 sin omega t plus pi by 2. See here, instead of I0 here written CE0 omega. Correct now? So CE0 omega, it is the peak value of AC alternating current. I0 is equal to CE0 by omega. It is the peak value of AC. So what are the phase difference between E and I? See here, E sin omega t, nothing is written after omega t, and here in current it is omega t plus 90. It means current leading 90 degree with EMF, current ahead 90 degree with EMF. So phase difference between E and I for C circuit, it is 90 degree. Clear? Similarly, reactance means resistance. Resistance is equal to maximum EMF by maximum current, E0 by I0. So from equation third, here it is third equation, E0 by I0 be calculated, become 1 upon omega C. It is 1 upon omega C. So reactance become 1 upon omega C. And as you know, omega is equal to 2 pi nu in terms of frequency. So we can write 1 upon 2 pi nu C. Since frequency is the reciprocal of time period, so become T by 2 pi C. So these are the different form of reactance of C circuit. Now power factor cos phi, phase difference it was 90 degree for C circuit. So cos 90 become 0, so power factor 0. So what is the power loss? Power loss become 0. It means capacitance is not responsible for any loss of electrical energy. Correct? Because as you know, capacitor is a storing device which store electrical energy. So for power loss in C circuit, capacitor is not responsible. Phasor diagram, we have seen the current leading by 90 degree with EMF. So if EMF represented along x-axis, so current will represent along y-axis. Similarly, if current represent along x-axis, so EMF will represent along by negative axis. Correct now? So here current leading with 90 degree with EMF. And now L circuit. Here we have a coil of, suppose, of inductance L connected across a source of EMF E0 sin omega t. So as you know, E is equal to L di by dt. Induced EMF E is equal to L di by dt or E minus L di by dt. So E is equal to L di by dt. So di by dt is equal to E upon L. So di is equal to E upon L dt. Put the value of E here, E0 sin omega t by L dt. So what are the net current? For this purpose we will integrate it. Integration of di is equal to E0 by L, integration of sin omega t, and integration of sin omega t become minus cos omega t by omega. So finally we will get E0 minus E0 by omega L cos omega t. Change cos in terms of sin to become, instead of cos omega t we can write sin 90 minus omega t. Correct now? Here minus sign and here it is also minus sign. If we multiply it by negative sign, so finally it become I is equal to E0 by omega sin omega t minus pi by 2. Correct now? Or I is equal to E0 by omega L, it is again peak value of current E0 by omega L. So I0 sin omega t is the general form. It become I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus pi by 2. So see here for L circuit what happened? Current is lagging with 90 degree with EMF. Current EMF से कितने डिग्री पीछे है? 90 डिग्री. करेक्ट ना? तो फेज डिफरेंस बिटवीन E and I here 90 degree. What are the reactance? Reactance is equal to maximum EMF by maximum current, E0 by omega L. So again from third equation here E0 by I0, it is equal to E0 omega L. It is equal to E0 by I0 is equal to omega L. Actually it should be omega L. XL is equal to, correct it, it is omega L. So XL is equal to 2 pi nu L. Correct na? Or you may write 2 pi L by T. Correct? So you may make correction in your PDF file. If we calculate E0 by I0, it is equal to omega L, not 1 upon omega. So we make correction in PDF also. Phasor difference. So we have seen current lagging with 90 degree by EMF here. So phase difference is 90 degree. So what are the power factor? Power factor is equal to cos phi, and cos 90 0. And if power factor 0, so power loss is also 0, because power loss is ERMS IRMS cos phi. And if cos phi is 0, power loss 0. What does it mean? It means coil or inductance is itself not responsible for any power loss, because as you know, coil store magnetic energy, so it is a storing device. So coil as well as capacitor both are not responsible for power loss. So actually ultimately who is responsible for electrical loss of electrical energy? That is resistance. Correct? It is phasor diagram. Correct now? So it's all about for L, C and R individually. In next lecture we will discuss about LCR. It means all the three they added together in series with an AC source. So we will discuss about that circuit in next video. Thank you.